Hello there. Today I watched American Star and now want to review it for you. It's a slice-of-life crime drama written by Nacho Ferna. This film was directed by Gonzalo Lopez Gallego and stars Ian McShane as Wilson, Nora Arnezeder as Gloria, and Adam Negatis as Ryan. The story follows an assassin named Wilson, who is tasked with eliminating a man on Fuerteventura. When he arrives, his target isn't there, so he decides to take some personal time while waiting for him. As Wilson spends time on the island, he discovers a peaceful place filled with wondrous sights, relaxed and friendly locals, and a shipwreck that draws him in. Wilson meets new people and learns to enjoy the local culture. It's a simple story that focuses more on the journey and taking in the sights and sounds of the island than on the actual story. Wilson is a basic character who doesn't speak much and rarely gives his opinion. He also doesn't talk about himself much. The cast is tiny with only 5 or so speaking characters. There is Wilson the assassin, Gloria the bartender, Max the neglected child at the hotel, and Ryan, a colleague of Wilson's who appears to give him some new information. Wilson is a former soldier who now works as a private contractor. He doesn't say much, he doesn't take things personally, and he enjoys spending time with other people. He seems quite aloof until it's time to work, and then he's deadly serious. Gloria is a carefree bartender who loves history. She's quite welcoming to Wilson and invites him to enjoy the things Fuerteventura has to offer. Max is a young boy whose parents don't have time for him. He spends his days outside of their room in the hall of the hotel and at the pool. He likes to hang around Wilson and ask him about the world. Ryan is Wilson's nephew and a fellow assassin. He learned from the best and takes his job very seriously. The visual journey follows Wilson around Fuerteventura as he goes on vacation. We see him eat at the local restaurants, spend time relaxing at the hotel, and visit a few tourist locations. He also spends time with Gloria, Max, and Ryan conversing. The visuals are focused on showcasing the beauty of the Canary Isles and contain a lot of shots of Wilson at the beach by the shore and looking out at beautiful scenery. Sound-wise, the film uses a good mixture of original songs and instrumentals to build out the atmosphere of the film. There isn't much of an emotional journey, so the music is light and airy to match the relaxing feel of the environment. There are Spanish guitar, blues, and folk songs littered throughout the film. Okay, so how was it? The writing was incredibly bare bones. It was just a guy spending time on his vacation before he did his job, and his vacation wasn't an exciting trip. He spends time eating, drinking, and interacting with a few locals in mundane ways. They didn't explain why he was there, who he worked for, or why his targets needed to die. We don't even know that much about Wilson or what he's thinking. We just know how he interacts with random children and women he grows fond of. There's nothing to invest in, it doesn't go anywhere, and nothing exciting happens on the journey. In the end, they even go with a tragic ending that doesn't make sense. They kill a character off screen in a cheap way and then end with a nonsensical funeral. The cast does what they can with the material, but most of them are just playing normal people interacting with Wilson in entirely normal ways. There aren't any jokes for them to tell, no emotions for them to show, and nothing for them to do. This is true for the entire cast. Even Ian McShane as Wilson is just going through the motions. We get a little bit of subtle emotional work from him as he makes his way around, but his character barely talks and barely shows any emotion. And when he does, it doesn't make any sense, and goes completely unexplained. Visually, the film is filled with beautiful landscapes and scenery, and really clean camera work. They did a fantastic job of showing off the sights in Fuerteventura and of making Wilson look like a professional killer on vacation. He stands out everywhere he goes with that nice suit. Aside from the shots of the landscape, there is only one big moment in the film, and it's entirely CGI. A giant shipwreck tips over in the distance, and the textures on it aren't great. It doesn't look good, and it's the only big moment in the film. There is also one action sequence at the end that lasts 30 seconds, and 4 gunshots. It's not an impressive moment. Sound-wise, the film sounds relaxing and nice, but the music doesn't have a major impact. It comes in quietly and makes the atmosphere a little bit comfier, but aside from that, it just isn't doing anything. It isn't supporting the emotions, it isn't trying to be a part of the story, it's just there. The focus on the ambience did, however, make me feel a little more connected to Wilson's experience of the island, especially in the little moments. Hearing the ocean and the sound of the street surrounds him brings you in. That said, you won't remember any of it. It's just generic music that's kind of nice to listen to. Overall, American Star is a travel advert disguising itself as a movie. The story is so minimal that I suspect somebody took a vacation and decided to call it work. It does have some nice shots of the beach, the ocean, and the Canary Isles, but aside from that, there is no reason to watch this film. As for a rating, I'd give this film a 3 out of 10. Remember, these are just my thoughts on the film. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Bye-bye.